Okay, guys, so we have been talking about argumentative text. So let's kind of go over that real quick. An argumentative text, we said, is that the author is writing to persuade or convince. So we've seen the words persuade and convince with author's purpose. So they're trying to persuade or convince the reader to do something. Think of, I don't think I wrote that right. They're trying to do something, think or believe something, or they're trying to change your mind. So we have looked at some examples of argumentative text. We have talked about what are the pieces that an argumentative text has. Well, they have a claim. And so a claim is the author's opinion on the topic. This is what the author wants the reader to do, think, or believe. And so the key word for this, guys, is that the author's opinion. Okay, so his opinion. And today we're going to talk more about how do we know what an opinion is. Because in order to be able to pick out the claim, it has to be an opinion. It can't be a fact. It has to be an opinion. And then once the author gives his claim, he's going to give reasons for his opinion, evidence to go with his opinion, and examples. So our reasons are a statement explaining why the claim / opinion is good, evidence, which are facts from a credible source that supports the author's opinion, and then examples. So today we are going to talk about facts and opinions. What is a fact and what is opinion, and how are we able to figure out what the author's opinion is and what are the facts that he has put into his argumentative text? Because we have to be able to know, is this an opinion that he's writing or is this a fact that he's writing? Okay, so it's going to have opinions and facts. We need to distinguish between what is an opinion and what is a fact. So you have the handout that looks like this. It says the difference between fact and opinion, so you need to take this out. If guys, remember, if you don't have the handout, you can always print it off with the PDF link. If you don't have a printer, you're not able to print it, guys, grab a blank piece of paper and copy down the handout on a piece of paper. Okay? There should be no reason for you to tell me I didn't have the handout, so I can't do the assignment, because you could always just grab a piece of paper and copy everything down. Okay? So, the difference between fact and opinion. So, let's talk about a fact. So, a fact, this is my whole little bucket that I picked from. So let's see. Let's do, I'm going to color code this. So if you want to grab a different color, I can tell you. Okay, so we're going to do facts are going to be written in red and opinion is going to be in blue. So if you have a matte pencil, I wouldn't use crayon because it's going to be hard to write with. If you don't have a matte pencil that's red and blue, just write with a regular pencil. It'll be okay. So a fact, so make sure you're copying what I'm doing, can be proven to be true. So that means that if I were to say I was born on July 16, 1990, I can go prove that. I can go take out my birth certificate and show you exactly where it says that. Or I can take out my driver's license and do that. So that means it's proven. You can go and find for it to be true. So here's my driver's license. Don't make fun of Miss Nethos' picture. Right here, it says my date of birth. 7/16/1990. So that is a fact. Okay, so it can be proven. So how do I know that it's a fact? So some things you're going to look for. Dates. If there's dates Science. So when we do our science, guys, and I'm reading the STEM scopes to you, those are all facts. Okay, numbers. Historical events. So anything we are reading in history, social studies, those are all facts. Experts. Okay. And then an example. So let's write an example about that's a fact. So a fact is, I am a teacher at Sweeney Elementary. That is a fact. I am a teacher here. If someone was to call up here and say, Miss Berry, does Miss Nieto teach at Sweeney Elementary? She would say, yes, she does. So they're calling to prove it. So that is a fact. Okay, so now let's talk about opinion. And I'm going to use my opinion, and we're going to use a blue pen or a match color if you have it. If you don't, a pencil will work. So an opinion, obviously I haven't used this blue one because it's dark, is what someone thinks, feels, or believes. So this should kind of remind you of our argumentative text. The author is trying to get us to think, feel, or believe what he believes, okay, or how he feels or how he thinks. So an opinion is how someone thinks, feels, or believes. So what are we going to be looking for when we look at sentences and we're trying to figure out, is it a fact or opinion? So they're going to use words like best, worst, always, never, feelings. They may say, my feelings are. Should. I think you should, or you should eat breakfast every day. That's not a fact. That's just what he thinks. Good or bad. Okay. So let's write an example of what an opinion would look like. So I could say Sweeney Elementary is the best school ever. So this is a opinion because we're using the word best. I may think it's the best school ever. You may not think it's the best school ever. People who live in another town may not think that Sweeney is the best school ever. They may think their school is the best ever. So remember, facts are where we can prove it. So anything you're reading in science, anything in social studies, anything that come from our nonfiction books. So we've read a lot of nonfiction books. We read a lot of biographies. Those all have facts in them. They can be proven. Dates, like I just approved with my birthday. If it has a date of when something happened, that's going to be a fact. Now remember, nonfiction book or fiction books do not have facts. So let's this next handout you do not have, okay? So this next handout you do not have. Fact or opinion, I will distinguish facts from opinion. Okay. And we're going to look at some facts and some opinions, and we're going to decide if we know if it's a fact or if it's an opinion. Okay, so remember, you do not have this you do not have this. You're just going to listen and I'm going to read it together. And as I'm reading it, I want you to think about, would you put it under facts or would you put it under opinion? Okay. So this one says, I have the best teachers. Nobody teaches better than them. So I want you to think about it. Is that a fact or an opinion? So that is an opinion. It uses words like best, better. Okay, so that would be an opinion. Okay. Let's look at this next one. I am in the 3rd grade this year. This would be a fact. Because if I were to call and say, is so-and-so in 3rd grade? And the attendance person can say, yes, ma'am, she is in the 3rd grade. So that is a fact. The best thing about lunch is you get to sit by your friends. So best, that's going to be an opinion. Let me do this one. An octopus has 8 tentacles. So here's my number, 8. So octopus, 8 tentacles. If I was to go look that up online, it would be a fact. Because octopus do have 8 tentacles. So I'm going to give you some sentences. And I want you, you can either write them down. And next to them, I want you to tell me if it is a fact or an opinion. You can type them again, retype them, and next to it, I want you to write fact or opinion. So I want you to tell me if these are going to be facts or opinions. All right, guys.